liminal space. Interesting that he came because he's so disoriented and isn't even here anyways. Maybe that made her very uncomfortable and disarmed because she doesn't believe in passion or tragedy because she doesn't have them. And he does not know how to understand how great he is. And he is lonely. But I really do wonder why he came. He doesn't even like class. Maybe he wanted to make sure that we all knew that he respected him. But can she stop moving her head like that? And he wonders what I'm doing. Suspended space. Something moving through space and freezing you. Wavering value. And she is just conflicted with her own happiness. And you made a pretty good comment, go you. Okay, now liminal always has to do with the limit, where one thing ends and another begins. The moments of passage between one thing and another thing. Train is liminal because it's not your destination. Hotels don't go anywhere. Hotel. A whole is that which has a beginning, a middle, and an end. A well-constructed plot, therefore, must neither begin nor end at haphazard, but conform to these principles. There are some plots where the end gives meaning to everything that comes before. Other times, there are ends that take away meaning. What do we mean when we say end? Is it with him, or was this really it? What are we moving towards? Anything at all? So many words and yet nothing at all. She is beautiful, forming some kind of whole or something. And to him, everything makes perfect sense, being very end-focused. Give me meaning to my journey, clear-cut between reality and hallucinations, contending with volume and artificiality, reenactments for completion, hoping to bring a past action to conclusion with the recurring pain. Differently color-coded world of this factory, you see a bus and assume people are in it. I wonder what he does out there all day, and if he really always needs water. Something spatially wacky. I am intrusive and yet passive. She is so mysterious and elegant and yet young. We like to think of the opposite of being caught in this ghostly state. You can see the contours of a critique of homelessness, endless wandering. Can she finish her sentences, please? I just don't want a rooted life. You've left the beginning, you're in the middle, but there is no end.
These days I go alone, but not because it was ever that I didn't love her. That was never it, never. I just didn't deserve her. So I iced her, I fucked her up. I tried to convince her that she was the fool, and really she knew exactly what she was talking about. She did. I'm not that great of an actor or anything, so it was always hard getting her to believe me. But when you play on people's insecurities, they don't need to believe you. They just need to get hurt enough to back away. She needed to back away. I mean, everyone knew how much she was. She was just one of those people. We could all tell she was it. And I just couldn't measure up. I couldn't, but for some reason she thought differently, and I needed her not to. She was like this flower that no one wanted to pick up, because who could bear losing a thing like that? Who could stand it? Sure, we always say that we just don't want to hurt other people, but think about it. We're humans, and we mainly think about ourselves, so that doesn't really make sense. What makes more sense is that the person more willing to go forward with the relationship is the one less afraid to lose it. Maybe I was just more afraid in general. Besides, people like her never end up with people like me. So really opening myself up and letting her see all those parts of myself that I never wanted anyone to see, well, it just seemed like setting myself up to get hurt. So I iced her, I fucked her up, I played with her mind and tried to make her think she was crazy, and probably legitimately did make her crazy for a while, and I never turned back, because what did she know about getting involved with guys like me? What did she know about trying to love someone that wasn't too fond of himself? What did she know about me? Too much, actually. She knew too much. She watched too closely and paid too much attention, and I didn't like it. I like to be around, not with, and somehow she didn't get that or didn't want to, but that's her fault, not mine. Now I know to just keep walking instead of stopping and watching the flowers so long that they want you to pick them up, because risk was never really my favorite. You never have to know how much it sucks to be broken if you can avoid letting anyone near your heart. To be honest, it's working well for me so far. The only problem with going somewhere alone is that it's hard to tell if you're moving at all.
So you wouldn't bring your cell phone?
No. I'm on an island. Why do I need it?
Okay, I'm not saying you need it. I'm saying I've yet to see you go a day without it.
No one goes a day without their phone.
Then why wouldn't you bring it with you on a desert island?
Because, you don't even know if you're gonna have service or not, so...
What if you do have service?
Then you use it to call someone to take you off the
But
island.
what if you like being on the island?
Different getting, we're getting really tired of them.
Fine. What's your favorite movie?
I honestly can't remember right now.
Of course you can't.
Did we seriously come to the one gas station without a restroom?
Are you even listening to me?
I've had to pee since the last stop.
3 hours ago.
It took you 3 hours to pull over for me?
I thought you had to pee.
Well, I can't find the bathroom.
Around the side and to your left.
Huh?
Where are you folks headed?
You really want to know?
Sure.
Well, we were going to elope, but I don't really know how I feel about them anymore, so now we're just driving. I don't know if we're driving, because I think it's a great idea.
Where are you folks planning on getting married?
Las Vegas, I think.
Okay, well, if you keep taking the 95, you should probably get there in about 5 hours or so. So I suggest you make up your minds.
What do you think?
I think you shouldn't be asking advice on something like marriage from strangers.
That's fair, but the problem is that the one person who I want to talk to about this is the person who I'm trying to elope with. So you understand how that gets a bit confusing sometimes.
You want something to eat while we're here? Or?
Not really hungry.
So, I remember.
Remember what?
My favorite movie.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko.
Okay, alright. Why?
I was actually trying to think of that, and I realized I have no idea. It made me feel sad, but it was one of the first movies I saw that ever made me feel anything. Anyways, you ready?
Sure.
You know how much I hate the word sure.
I really
Just
don't
don't
understand why. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant yes, let's go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.